Right, we're back. And in turn. I'm still uncertain because, well, I'm getting a lot of XP like this here. There is the fact that I'm going to have to eventually take down Ethiopia. Wow, the sheer amount of defensive forces in the city. Yeah, I think it might be time to at least see what happens. Okay. Nope. I mean, one of the outer auto list is heavily damaged, so that's at least good. I think like this I might actually be able to wear them down. So long as at least 2 units hit every turn, I might deal enough damage to most of the units that I might actually be able to take them down and whittle them away. Of course, there is no avoiding the fact that, yeah, it's gonna run out eventually. Oh, hey. I wasn't even aware there was an island here. It doesn't look particularly big, but, well, it can end up being fairly deceptive. Rue Camp, Blood Huntress, and Poultry Herd. There, that's an ability. Should be good for now. Yes. Mining camp's done. Six. Yeah, that should be good for that city. Especially considering the war galley is stupendously accurate now. I don't remember if I've actually managed to do a koala before, so I'm gonna have that as my priority. Another elephant. Those are extremely more XP. It does seem like that's an island chain. Nice.
The best artist has that thought alone which is contained within the marble shell. The sculptor's hand can only break the spell to free the figures slumbering in the stone.
Now, the fact that Michelangelo, of all people, said it. Yeah. Yeah, if the same Sylve builds both the Great Sphinx and the Great Pyramid, they get this effect. This will apply to the palace, or to the capital city. Gets you a Golden Age and a free tech. Yeah. And withdrawal chance. Even more experience. Nice. Bard. I do not recognize the name of that creature. Owl retreated. Great. You lack an elephant nerd, so. Okay, so I did have a koala. And there. Okay. Well, now I've got squash. I'm not sure what to do anymore. There we go. I was hoping to pick that up. Sentry. Antelope. Okay. Garanok. Okay. Drat. The war galley missing is usually a bad sign. Okay, at least one of them hit. Problem, that doesn't usually end up being enough damage. I don't really need the guide, so. Yeah, the sentry upgrade means I can see, ooh. The sentry upgrade means that I can see one tile farther with the unit, which is especially helpful for water units. And, you know, exploration units, like, exactly what it is. Nice! That's a good amount of collateral. I can bring down the stone spearmen all the way. One of them. Lowering the number of defenders means it's easier for them to focus on you specifically. Excellent. Hopefully that can be kept up. There's a beluga. I wonder if it's going to move. Looks like it. Nope. And it's under the ice. I can't reach that. Jaguar attacked the swordsman. Jeez. Okay, take a couple turns to heal yourself back up. Sorry about that. The thing is, as an older game, Civ 4 does not have borderless full screen. So... And yes, I do have half the population of the world. Oh. Stacking. The biggest problem is that they heal about pretty close to 20 to an eighth of their hit points every turn, and I'm not sure if I can do enough bombard damage to do that. Especially not consistently. No, no, no. What am I doing? I need to wait until they have movement points before I can actually tell what they can do. Ah, okay. I don't normally use the build-ups, so it doesn't affect bombard stuff. Yeah, if I were willing to reliably use bombard, I need to produce a lot. And I mean a lot of archers. Okay, I think at this point I'm just gonna call it for now on that city and wait until it can in fact sea hunting's going to be a big deal down the line, isn't it? The thing is that is so much that it just converts most of it to money. Because it can only take as much stored production as its actual production quantity. So the overflow is useless. But hey, a new folklore.
The beauty of a woman is not in the clothes she wears, the figure that she carries, or the way she combs her hair.
Hooray, moths. Oh boy. Take a turn to heal. Okay, that's more so you. Let me check. Knowledge inheritance. When is placed by Lyceum, which is a mm, class. On the other hand, 4,000 turns. There's no way it's going to take me 4,000 turns to replace it. So I'll take the science now. Thank you very much. Oh yeah. If you happen to have a high level of cave line. If you happen to have a high level of happiness in a city, the game, well, rewards you with, you know, that little event. Doesn't actually do much of anything. Maybe. I think it might give a bonus to culture, maybe? I don't know. But the exact word that is used is based upon what government type you have within the civics. So, since I have anarchy, of course it's... We love Anarchy Day. Nah, it's not worth it. Heal. Well, honestly, yeah. I think I'm fairly certain it doesn't have buffs, but that's because it never told me it has buffs. It's happens surprisingly often that there are actually positive effects to something, but the game just never takes the time to tell you that it's the case. Not really. It tells me that
They weave webs like spiders that become a luxurious clothing material for women called silk.
Pliny the Elder. Ah, there's a Silk Road. I wish that wouldn't fire upon troops that are defending a city, because it's getting increasingly annoying. No! The moose has withdrawn! I repeat, the moose has withdrawn. Oops. That's not exactly what I plan on doing. I'll just move you here. Horses! Just need a pasture. Or nomadic, or... Nope, just pasture. Okay, one of them can reach it regardless of what occurs. Ah, didn't matter. Instead I just burned some movement. Unnecessarily. I do wonder what unlocks Sea Hunter 4 again. What was it? Bison Camp, Dance Hut, wait, no, Dance Hall, right? Turns into Dance Hall, yes. Where's the Dance Hall? Shrine. Pretty sure I have that unlocked, but I don't see it. Maybe it's further along. There it is. Bar post, trading post, shopping district. Okay, fine. Fine. If I must. Tattooer. Yeah, that obsidian axeman is rough to deal with. Yeah, and Humpback's ridiculous, so. Deer herd? Got territorial expansion again. No! Get back here, you little fish. Drat. Wasn't a tail. Alright, you should be able to get over here, no problem. Yeah, you can't bombard, so. Just sit tight. Sadly, the one hit has all of his damage healed in a turn. technically, I'm more likely to get out of that than the humpback whale. Okay. Now it's time to retreat, because I need a heal badly. Ooh, hit and run. -1 terrain cost, 10% withdrawal chance. That's a more unusual one. What does it require? Just combat 2. And it's only valid for explorers that are type units that are not ships. Because the hunter counts. Having -1 terrain cost means that anything that costs 2 movement actually works as if it had 1 movement cost. I still need to deal with the whole thing though. The only way to get anything below 1 movement cost is road infrastructure though. But this empty hill? Zoom. That much damage takes more than a turn to heal though. Ooh. Nope. Okay.
To keep a lamp burning, we have to keep putting oil in it.
One attack's still probably good enough. Okay, everything missing is definitely not what I would like. Yeah. Ethiopia is about to hit sedentary lifestyle. and subdued. Komodo dragon. Moon cost 1. Okay, I can walk in and step back out. So the last thing I need is to be that close to something that dangerous. Potentially dangerous. Still, a good portion of that damage. Yeah, it's 11% per turn. Yeah, retreat to heal. That slinger is pretty heavily damaged, though. It might get taken out completely with enough sustained firepower.
The art of medicine consists in amusing the patient while nature cures the disease.
That definitely used to be true in the past. Nowadays, not so much because we have some actually effective medicine now. Some. Of course, it can't cure everything, but this also happens to be one of the first texts to unlock a unit reward, specifically for the Great People. That health spa is extremely powerful, but you need a great doctor, which is not easy to obtain. That's a good amount of damage. Sadly not as much as I'd hoped. At the very least, it does seem that the slinger is taking more damage out of them all. I'm gonna try healing. If the kayak attacks, well, the kayak attacks. I can take it, no problem. Okay, what building got destroyed? Okay, the torch is burned down. Can't build the quarry because I don't have the bronze working to get. that going. That's odd. I think, yeah, to get rid of the... That is an odd interaction. Okay. Can't even build the other quarry. Well, guess I'll have to work around that for a little while. Not what I meant. Where's the elephant thing? It's at 5 costs. Okay, something is odd with the interface. Nice. Just keep the bombard going. Eventually, the slinger will be weakened to the point where it's not a problem. Oh, jeez. Moon bear. Wandering about. Okay, beaver subdued. Gonna need to deal with what's down there. That was the city I ended up picking to build that. Okay. That was not the expectation. But okay. Rodent taxon. That means I can finally build the rodent enclosure. There we go. Flamingo folklore. I was missing that. think I should build a couple of those. The national wonders can be incredibly helpful under the right circumstances, especially the ones that give free buildings, which I definitely should build in order to speed up construction across my cities. Would be very smart to do that. Great. Paleolithic birds. Nice. Sad. No tails. Cobra subdued.
Traditional soap was invented 40 centuries ago by the Mesopotamians in Aleppo, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in history.
That's... yeah, it's 4,000 years. Ahead of time. I'm 7,000 years ahead of schedule. Nice. Let's get chariot tree set up. Ooh, chariot archer. Probably, yeah, that's pretty expensive. But plus 100% versus melee. Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. That has a lot of potential to become very ludicrous. Okay, so I've got the latest super weapon done. There we go. I had to sacrifice 2 units on that, but it got done. Leery of that orca. I mean, I'm more likely to win. It's pretty unlikely for me to go, yeah. To lose that, but... move. Those. Moved away. Rubies! Nice. That will be put to good use. I could release Horker in the area, so... shift priorities to that. Stat. Yeah, area's cleared out of animals for the moment. Raccoon tail. Oh, it's because I have this active, isn't it? Music goes a while away. These are unit rewards. I'm gonna leave them for another time. Falconry School? Wait for a bit. I definitely want to feel prepared. First. Pretty sure I can't do anything with falconry with this one, so turn you into that. Beaver subdued. Brushtail possum. Tail. Lore, whatever. Send you down here. Get a rodent enclosure over here. Set up.
Know the self to be sitting in the chariot, the body to be the chariot, the intellect the charioteer, and the mind the reins.
Okay, regular chariot has only 75% versus melee. But a chariot archer is just that good. I do need a chariot workshop in order to get this going, though. For that, I need an animal trainer. Requires equine domestication as well as one of these. Then dump me over here. Okay. Yeah, I think at this point, unless I want to start going down this track, which for now doesn't seem like entirely necessary, I'm gonna need to bite the bullet and start going down this way. Well, then again, leisure. Oh, right. Okay. I can still put it off for a while longer. I am gonna need a lot in order to get down this way, though. Oh, I guess I'm putting it off a bit longer. Sundial is pretty helpful. There. I'll have iron available. On. Great. Right, Grizzly subdued. Yeah, I think around this point it might be a good idea to stop. At least for this session. Okay, I am just about ready. Although, then again, I do want to get those chariots. Gah. Even in the endless length game, the impulse to sit around and try to get the latest technological development up and out of the way still persists. I do wonder, can I build the chariot workshop here? No, I need an animal trainer. Which I know for a fact I can't build because I can't see it at all. What do I need? Yeah, okay, so I need to set up the central horse breeder. Okay. Bull leaping. Land units receive +1 XP. There. Okay. Okay. Right. After the Great Bonfire, there will be a central horse breeder, and then I can build a horse trainer, and then I can get the chariots through. Chariot archers. Then I can start setting them down here. Get like 6 of them. 6 of them should be able to take down anything. Heck, they'll be effective because they're mounted units. They're also going to be fairly effective against throwers. And they have 6 space strength, which is pretty high. Okay. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.